So guess what? I had an incredibly amazing, fun, beautiful, perfect meltdown the other day. Like, it was so good I couldn't even function. You know, one of those days where you can't function or do anything and you just want to sit there and cry. Classic millennial meltdown. Oh, sucks, dude. So I asked myself, why the am I feeling this way? I took a look at the state of the world around me. And I was like, oh, that's why. But I'm sure it's got everyone feeling the same way right now. The anxiety of not having answers to what the is happening is wild. This whole, are we open? Are we not open? What stage are we opening? What's happening? Are we closing down again? It's just so much of not having any answers. One state is doing one thing, and then another state is doing another thing, and the whole country is like, well, we trust people enough to make the right decision. What's the right decision? Of course, wearing a mask is a really great decision, but we can't trust people to do that, apparently. I feel like the entire world is just full of children that need their hands held to be told, hey, don't cough on people. That's super frustrating. But I feel like no matter how many precautions I take, no matter how safe I am, people that are out around me are not. And that's why so many states are shutting down again. I was in Vegas the other day and everyone had masks on, which I was super grateful for. It made me feel a lot safer. But then I came across this group of bros that were drunk out of their mind, of course, and they wanted to high five everyone passing by them. Like, come on. Are you serious right now? That's my whole point on some people being safe and other people not being safe. I don't feel like we can get through this without everyone on the same page. And that's gonna be nearly impossible because people are, how do you say, stupid. That whole thing of everything reopening and us being told that, yeah, it's safe, just be really careful, and this is what you can do to be safe. I was happy about that until I went and I did that, and I realized not everybody is being safe. So now I'm back hiding into quarantine, and that triggered the depression and everything. Sorry, it's just rough, and not having answers is really frustrating. And I know nobody has answers and we're all in the same boat, but knowing that doesn't really make it much easier. I'm really afraid of my work opening back up and saying you have to come in, otherwise you lose your job. A lot of us have to make the decision, do we go back to work and risk getting sick? Or do we stay home and risk our job? It's such a messed up situation to be in, and it's so overwhelming. Not to mention that we still have so much other things going on besides the coronavirus. We have all these protests, we have people getting murdered, we have the election this year. There's just so much happening. Although I keep my days pretty occupied with writing or making videos or doing something creative because that's what makes me happy, there's still large portions of my day where I'm just stuck in my head, and that's the last place I want to be. As a creative person, you feel like you have to constantly be doing something. Especially our generation, that's a lot of DIY stuff. DIY. A lot of the stuff we do ourselves, like creating content or working on some kind of art. I think DIY also works with some of us. Not me. Anyways, I have this constant drive in my head where I need to be doing something, otherwise I feel like I'm failing at everything. If I'm not writing, if I'm not reading, if I'm not going to the gym, if I'm not traveling or making videos, I just feel like I'm not doing anything with my life. Even just focusing on something is really hard right now. I'm fully aware that it's a first world problem and there's just so many other things that are worse. I miss exploring, I miss going out, I miss talking to people in new states. I don't miss going out enough to go protest haircuts, because that's stupid. I rarely post when I'm depressed on social media because it's something really personal. But if anyone is having a rough time or is depressed or having anxiety, not just because of the quarantine, but in general, feel free to leave a comment on my page or send me a direct message. Sometimes it's easier to tell your feelings to a complete stranger than it is to friends. Sorry for such a drab video, but it was kind of something that I needed to talk about, and it's making me feel better that I'm expressing myself a little bit. It's not an easy time right now for anybody. We're all in this together, and it sucks, and our leaders don't know what they're doing. Everyone's confused, and there's no answers. I feel like I have no conclusion to this video. Like, I don't know, I like to leave things on a positive note, but this sucks. What if I end this on a joke? Not my life, but like, a better joke. Why should you never let a bear use the remote? Because he'll keep wanting to hit the pause button. I hate that I just said that.